Let's go. Why don't you just bring it to the table?
And now, presenting author, organizer, activist, and host, the woman who brings unity to our community, Angela C. Harden.
Blessings. We said blessings to you, and welcome to Bring It to the Table, Real Talk with Angela C. Harden. We're going to just be sharing some hot topics, talking about what you are to expect from Bring It to the Table, Real Talk with Angela C. Harden. And we thank God for our panel. Man, they are ready. We're ready to take it up and bring it down right here on Bring It to the Table, Real Talk with Angela C. Harden. Let everybody know. Come on, let's gather around the television because it's getting ready to happen.
Closed captioning for Real Talk, Bring It to the Table with Angela C. Harden is sponsored by Mustard Seed Video Production.
The problem is just bring it to the table.
Blessings. I'm here with Deborah Stevens, and she is the owner of
Savvy Sparkling Gems.
And we hear paparazzi a lot, and there's a lot of consultants. What make you different?
What makes me different is I love people and I love to serve people, make men and women feel beautiful at an affordable rate.
Awesome. So guess what? We're going to give you a try. Let's call Deborah today.
Deshaun Seafood, Chicken, and all you can eat crab legs. Great food, good service, lots of fun. Try us for the first time and you'll be ringing our bell.
This is my first time coming here, but it sure won't be my last.
I just love the crab legs.
Blessings. I'm here with Rosalind at Roz Gifts and Flowers. And Roz, I want to ask you, what is it that make your events stand out and pop?
Well, I'm different and unique, and I was blessed with my hands by God. And also, we're willing here at Roz Gifts and Flowers to work with any client with any budget.
Why don't you give them a call today?
Hey Augusta, Malcolm here. You know I'm always telling you how easy it is, how great my prices are, but don't just take my word for it. Listen to what my customers have to say.
Malcolm Huttingham Chevrolet beat all the prices here in the local CSRA area.
We will purchase again. Why? Because they just got it like that.
Plus, new 2017 Silverados are $13,000 off.
Malcolm Cunningham Chevrolet made it easy. Absolutely.
Malcolm Cunningham, we make it easy.
Blessings, and welcome back to Bring It to the Table, Real Talk with Angela C. Harden. As we went to the break, you guys, we kind of got a little heated on some discussions that we're going to be bringing to the table to uplift our community, to empower our community, and to be a voice for those that don't have a voice. So let's jump right into it. There are some things that Bring It to the Table, Real Talk will be talking about, such as, you know, we talked about gun violence. That's a very devastating discussion. A lot of people don't want to talk about that, but a lot of people have been affected with gun violence. I think when we did that particular show, and the people will get an opportunity to see us conversing here at the table and bringing some things to the table. We even had one of our panelists have a nerve to bring a gun to the table.
Man, who would do something like that?
Who would do that?
Wow. The reason I brought the gun on the show was that I wanted to demonstrate to the cast as well as to the audience the fact that guns do not kill. They don't pull the trigger. They don't load themselves. And so by bringing the gun on and using the element of surprise, I think I was successful in demonstrating that.
My initial reaction to him pulling out the gun was one of shock. I am the executive producer of the show, and I did not know that he was going to actually pull out a gun on the set. However, because I'm theatrical and I like illustrations, I think it was a real plus for the show, and it brought some real meaning to that particular show since it was on gun violence. So I didn't beat him up too bad. I did beat him up a little bit, but not too bad. But Pastor M, don't try that no more. But from that, there were some points made. And I think it was Jamie that said, once the gun was there, that gun it does not fire itself. You know, it takes someone behind that gun to pull that trigger.
Yes.
And sometimes it get in the wrong hands. So that's something that we're going to be talking about. I've been affected a lot with gun violence, but as a pastor, how do you handle that? How do you deal with that? What do you say to a family as a pastor when your member is the one that's the victim?
Pastoral care will tell you that there's no words that are really going to comfort a family. And so a lot of times it's not what you say that's what's needed. It's just the fact of being there.
That's right. Yes.
And as a pastor, there are some conversations that I'll have with a family just about the realness, and you have arrangements and those type of things that have to be made, and to go ahead and give permission to grieve and inform that grief is a process.
Yes.
And so, you know, it's my job just to let them know, you know, you're going to go through this process.
Yes. And a lot of time, I think we get stuck with that grieving process because when things first happen, a lot of times we're shocked.
Right.
And we can't move on to those other steps because we get stuck at not believing that that person is gone. Sometimes it takes going to the funeral home, planning the funeral, or seeing that person in that casket before they could actually process that person have gone on. And that stops the grieving process sometimes.
And I think that word stuck is key, which validates what we're all about here, because as people go through and experience certain things, sometimes they get stuck. By having forum here of this nature, when we address issues, people get to hear the different perspective. We all come from different points and views in life. So when we speak, there are people that'll be comforted by what they'll hear. Others may be encouraged, and some might even be encouraged to go and take some action rather than just sitting back being stuck, because that word stuck goes well beyond people that are caught up in gun violence. We'll be addressing a whole lot of issues on this show, which is that is only just one of them. And if those people will listen in, they might get some valuable input. We come from several different perspectives. And I know my brothers here and my sister are going to make sure that as we cover these topics, we're speaking from our heart.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what people need to hear so they can get unstuck.
Yes. Well, it is real talk.
Yes.
You know, real talk, and that's what we're going to have. And I'm glad to have different age groups. We got a millennium at the table, y'all.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother. Oh my God, I don't even know what word to use when I think about the millenniums, the young people these days. They're just different. Complicated.
Yes, complicated.
Yes. Let's hear from you, Keyway, as far as gun violence. What's your take on that?
Gun violence. To me, nowadays, I believe that our generation feel like, well, ones who are in certain parts of the community feel like it's a normal thing to have a gun. You know, you gotta have a gun nowadays to even protect your family and yourself. Picture a young man who dad don't walk out. He only got his mom and his sisters in the house, and it's gun violence all around him. He gonna wanna have a gun. Something may lead to him, you know, using that gun the wrong way, but nowadays it's sad, but it's a harsh reality. And that's some of the things we're going to talk about, some real, true, harsh realities that we face in America.
And I believe when we look at what Keyway just said is, why do you feel that we have to have a gun? Protection, yes, but sometimes in protecting those who you love, you take them out.
Now that was deep.
Yeah, it is. Because that's really what happens. The one that has a gun for protection of their loved one, they wind up taking their loved ones out or even themselves out.
You know, our young people don't think that far down the road. We might.
Okay. A lot of the millenniums, a lot of our young people in 2018, they don't think before they act. You know, they normally react versus responding. And when you respond, you think about what you're going to do. You think about your action. You think about consequences. So that's what I meant, just to set the record straight.
We might say, you know, yeah, that's a possibility, but that ain't going to happen to me. We'll just blow it off like that.
But it comes back down to, like what we're saying, everybody has to have a cell phone. But nobody got insurance. What's up?
Bishop Brown is a very interesting character. He likes to keep it real, and he'll bring a perspective that'll make you say, like Arsenio Hall back in the day. He made a very big point because these cell phones cost $500, $600, $700, $1,000. And so that would be enough to get a small life insurance policy so that someone could be buried and the family wouldn't be left. And so we really enjoy him on the show because we never know what he's going to say.
This is real talk, right?
This is real talk.
He hit the real talk button right there.
Listen,
everybody got cell phones, but they don't have insurance.
Everybody got guns.
We're going to have to cut it off right there. We're going to come back.
That's a show
in a few moments, we're going to come back and we're going to continue to talk about what our viewers will get when they tune in to Bring It to the Table, Real Talk with Angela C. Harden. What will captivate them? What will they receive from our show? And that's what we're talking about. Gun violence is just one. When we come back, we're gonna
take it up a notch.
We're gonna take it up. It's getting ready to go up, and it's getting ready to go down. We'll be right back with Bring It to the Table, Real Talk with Angela C. Harden.
You just made a great choice. What are you gonna do now?
I don't know.
What? You gotta post this. Facebook, Right Buy is the only place to buy a car from. Ain't that right?
Yeah.
Right Buy Automotive Sales is taking over your city. We're doing car deals on wheels for real. Home of the guaranteed credit approval. Come on out where we treat you like family. It's all true at the Yellow and Blue.
Get more furniture and spend less money at Value Furniture Store on Aiken Augusta Highway. Mattresses, beds, sofas, dining room sets, accessories, and more. Right now, buy this queen-size mattress set for just $5.99 and get the sleigh bed absolutely free. That's right, a free bed. We're open Tuesday through Saturday 9 to 6. Get more furniture, spend less money, and save big at Value Furniture Store on the Aiken Augusta Highway.
Blessings. I'm here with Rosalind at Roz Gifts and Flowers. And Roz, I want to ask you, what is it that make your events stand out and pop?
Well, I'm different and unique, and I was blessed with my hands by God. And also, we're willing here at Roz Gifts and Flowers to work with any client with any budget.
Why don't you give them a call today?
Calvin's Roasted Fish and Salad offers a variety of Southern-style cuisine, including oxtails, fish and shrimp, and rotisserie chicken. For your convenience, we also provide delivery and catering services. We are open daily from 10 to 8, so drop on by and grab a plate.
Hi, I'm Calvin. I really want your business. Give me just one opportunity, and I will try my hardest and do my best to keep you coming back. And I approve this message. Thank you.
Blessings and welcome back to Bring It to the Table, Real Talk. You know, when we left for the break, we were talking about gun violence, but I want you all to know that that's not the only discussion that we're going to have here at the table, although it is affecting a lot of us. But we're going to be talking about bullying. Bullying in the schools.
And you're going to help me out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk about crazy folks.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about bullying. Watch this. In the workplace, bullying at home, but also bullying in the church.
Bullying in the church.
It happens all the time. It happens with adults.
From the pulpit.
It does.
What about bullying in the supermarket and places we go and shop?
That happens as well.
Exactly.
Bullying in the parking lot.
That's
you know, there's some things going on now in the parking lots. What they call it when people are getting angry and starting fights over a parking space.
That's right.
You know, they call that something. I can't.
Well, it's road rage when they.
Road rage.
Yes,
that's
right.
it.
I think when we look at
that's
the
a form of
actual
bullying.
definition of a bully, we're going to see a lot of things we're talking about now. They may be mute conversations. So when we actually get technical with it, we can really get to some real problems. Because right now, we get a term when something's new, we overuse it. And that's what a lot of what's going on now. When we really define what a bully is, we'll see that it all goes back to home. I was just reading where bullies aren't born, they're made. And it begins with children about age 2 and how we raise them.
Absolutely. You're going to find that it's interwoven. And so bully, harassment, and even discrimination now with the laws, they're interwoven. And so that's going to be a great show.
Yes, it is. And I'm looking forward to that because what a lot of us call bullying is not necessarily bullying.
Yes.
You know, so we're going to be talking about that. Also, we're going to be talking about, you brought about in the home, we're going to be talking about parenting. You know, because I
That's
think...
a loss. That's a lost art.
My God.
You look at the number of grandparents who are parenting their grandchildren.
Yes.
After they've already parented their children, and their children now are absent parents.
And I just sometimes think that's not fair.
But if y'all think about this, how many times, and you all may have said it yourself, I'm not going to raise my children the way my parents raised me. In other words, our children are showing us they meant what they said. So the things that we may have when they were coming up now, they've gotten away from. So now we are having to raise the grandchildren. They're showing us they meant what they said, whether they realize it or not. Psychologically, again, going back to what just about crazy, they're not quite crazy, but there's some things that the generation now, and you wonder where they come from. It goes back to exactly what they say. And I'm not going to raise my children that way.
I hear the older generation all the time. They be like, my mom ain't raised me this way, my mom ain't raised me that way, and I always think, well, why didn't you do that to your kids? Look at the result. What you just said is right on, bro.
But when we look at it, the point is, they'll say, my children ain't going to have to go through what I went through. And
there you go.
They're going to have more than what I have. Well, they got more than they have when they live in your house.
Now, you know
when they turn the switch on, when they hit the AC. No, when they go to the refrigerator. You could do all that stuff.
We sure could. We
so
had
what do you mean?
That's true.
And the sad thing about it is, they are doing all this shit at our expense.
Yes.
Ain't nobody saying nothing.
Man, let me tell you, my grandmother had 10 kids. She going on to heaven now. But out of all them 10 kids, don't you know her house is going down? Nobody don't want to take the house and build up. You know, their mama worked hard. Their mom and dad worked hard for that house. The house is going down.
You had one mother that took care of 10, 12 children. And 10, 12 children can't take care of one
So I think we probably talk about about that in the state of the black community.
Those are the kind of things that we're going to be bringing to the table. Not only that, when we're talking about bullying earlier, I couldn't help but think about 45.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
To me, he's a straight bully.
Oh, now, hold on a second. Now. Oh, wait a minute.
Real talk.
Wait a minute. We're not going to say 45. He is our president, whether we like him or not.
Okay, well, what
we want folks to say?
I ain't disrespecting him.
We want people to say President Barack Obama, so we got to call him president as well. Equal opportunity, real talk.
Okay, real talk.
Why things don't really get resolved, because rather than deal with the real issues, which is President Trump, we dropped the president. So when people hear 46, it doesn't carry the same stigma that it would if this was President Trump.
But the problem
we expect more from a person and a title than we do a number.
Well,
so we may be hurting ourselves in our communications.
And that's true. But did you hear what he said when he went to Korea and talked to Kim Jong-un, whatever his name is, and talking about, I want my people to be under control like his is.
But
what's wrong with him?
Wait a minute. Let me say.
That's what he said?
He didn't go to all the polls and vote on every machine and put himself in office. So we can't blame him.
We just stirring the pot.
Now, we said, I opened up and said we're going to talk about crazy, but on the real side, we're going to talk about mental health, because when we talked about gun violence, a lot of that is linked to mental health. When we talk about the state of the black community, mental health is something that in our community, we don't like to admit. And so that's going to be another show that we're going to talk about.
And one important thing, if you remember, we had a professional here who stated that the problem with gun violence usually are not the mental people. So we got to remember, as we get this important data, we got to apply it. Let's get that out there.
Oh, absolutely. We got to take a break, because when we come back, it's still getting ready to go up.
All right.
And it's going down. Right
real
here.
Talk.
A real talk. Bring it to the table. Real talk with Angela C. Harden. We'll be right back.
You just made a great choice. What are you gonna do now?
I don't know.
What? You gotta post this. Facebook, Right Buy is the only place to buy a car from. Ain't that right?
Yeah.
Right Buy Automotive Sales is taking over your city. We're doing car deals on wheels for real. Home of the guaranteed credit approval. Come on out where we treat you like family. It's all true at the Yellow and Blue.
Deshaun Seafood, Chicken, and all-you-can-eat crab legs. Great food, good service, lots of fun. Try us for the first time, and you'll be ringing our bell.
This is my first time coming here, but it sure won't be my last.
I just love the crowd.
Blessings. I'm here with Deborah Stevens, and she is the owner of
Savvy Sparkling Gems.
And we hear paparazzi a lot, and there's a lot of consultants. What make you different?
What makes me different is I love people and I love to serve people, make men and women feel beautiful at an affordable rate.
Awesome. So guess what? We're going to give you a try. Let's call Deborah today. Blessings. I'm Angela C. Harden, and I am H.T. Harris Tax Service.
I am Loretta Smith, H.T. Harris Tax Service.
I am Joanne DeAntonac, and I am H.T. Harris Tax Service.
Hello, I'm H.T. Harris. We have 2 offices in the CSRA to serve you. Our main office is at 1139 Druid Park Avenue in Augusta, Georgia. And our second office is at 438 Hampton Avenue in Aiken, South Carolina. My team and I are
waiting to serve you.
Blessings, and welcome back to Bring It to the Table Real Talk. You know, we've talked a lot about what we're going to be bringing to the table.
Yes.
And it's been all good. But I do want to go back to something. One of the topics we're going to be looking at is parenting. And as you were talking about parenting, I couldn't help but think about the children who parents, mostly black males, that are in prison. The prison system is loaded, full of black males, and then females as well. So we're going to be looking at that and addressing that, because I think that there's some things we need to address concerning that, so that we could better understand a child who don't know their father, whose father has been locked up all their life, you know, and the only time they've seen their father or their mother is through a bar, you know, through a wall. So I think that's something we need to look at. We're also going to be looking at, and this is a topic that I know a lot of people are uncomfortable with, and that's the homosexuality life.
LGBTQA.
Well, that's what you call it. I just call it what it is. It's the homosexuality life. And that has affected a lot of people. We see that a lot in our families. It's in everybody's family. Whether we want to accept it or not, it's there. And I think we as a people have to learn how to deal with that. You know, some things that we don't understand.
Got quiet at the table already.
Well, already quiet. That's what I'm saying. So we need to deal with that.
But one thing with dealing with that, you know, when the word deal lends itself to a whole lot of direction, accept. You know, there's a whole lot of issues to be addressed with that.
Absolutely.
So when you say deal with it, we need to effectively address it. I won't say deal with it, because you got to first address it. You got to come up with a sense of direction.
All right, that's good. I hear you, Jamie, but we need to move on.
Okay.
Let's hold your thought, because we're going to deal with that. That will be one of the topics we're going to bring to the table, and we have to learn how to. I don't want to use the word accept it. We got to learn how to deal with it. That's all I.
I didn't use the word accept. I used the statement that if you're going to deal with homosexuality, it leaves room for everything except, and that's except, not you're accepting, except for addressing. Before something is forced upon me, I as an individual believe in addressing the issue. It may not be something that everyone considers important, but I live in a society, I have a mindset where morality is very important to me. That's a saying by Dr. King, the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. There's just some things that are just and right, and there are some things that are immoral. So rather than just deal with immorality, let's address it. I'm not going to accept until I come up with a solution for it. These are real topics, and on the news, as you'll see people that are literally have more rights than the average individual. Let one of those individuals make a complaint. You get a bigger protest from that community than you will concerning anything we will talk about on this show.
And you know
Just
why?
like the Me Movement.
And you know why? Because of one word, unity. And speaking of unity, we have a lot of disunity in our community with South Augusta, West Augusta, Richmond County, Columbia County,
That's right.
black, white, and we need to bring it to the table and discuss these issues and find a solution as to how we're going to get along. Because we just need to get along.
Right.
And we need to realize that we're stronger together. I believe that.
Of course, we are
Although
stronger
we
together.
come from different backgrounds,
Yes.
we have different outlooks, we have different culture, but we still can learn something from each other. And I think that'll happen when we stop judging, judging each other, and look at what each of us have to bring to the table.
You know, one word to use, Angie, is very important. When you say stop judging. When we speak community, our community has certain issues and certain problems. And because we won't call them what they is, because we won't judge it to be what it is, it continues to fester. And the only way we're going to improve our communities is we have to be critical, analysis, until we start to analyze, judge, if you will, and some of these things to be what they are, we won't be able to address them. In order to move ahead, we got to put some things behind it.
All right,
But
y'all
that's why
got 30 seconds.
But that's why we're going to talk about solutions.
That's
Yes.
it. That's what Bring It to the Table, Real Talk, is all about.
Yes.
Bring some awareness, hopefully some change will take place, and then our present.
Yeah, we might not be able to come up with all the solutions, but we'll at least give some resources. We'll talk about how to get that dialogue going to come up with a resolution.
I am excited.
I'm excited.
I'm excited to have you guys as our partners and as our panel. And we're just expecting God to do some great things and also bring some hope.
Yes, hope.
And bring those answers and being that voice to those that don't have a voice.
Hope is so important.
That's what it's about.
Yes.
We need hope.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to do. The only thing we got to do is not to be afraid to bring it to the table.
Bring it to the table.
So we invite all of you out there to continue to, get excited about this night, this time on this station. And every time you click, every time you tune in, you're going to get the truth and you're going to get real talk right here with all of us. Thank you guys for embracing us. We appreciate it. I've been in this community all my life, and to have this opportunity to bring my heart, a part of my heart, a part of their heart to this table to empower us, I'm honored and I'm humbled. If you need us, call us. We'll be right here, right around the corner. Might just be on your corner, on your block, right in our community. Would you receive this blessing as we go? It goes like this. The Lord bless thee and keep thee. The Lord make his face to shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. The Lord lift up a countenance unto thee and give thee peace. Jehovah Shalom, peace. God bless you. And guess what? We love you.
We love you.
We love you.
Shalom.
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 Why don't you just bring it to the table? Bring it to the table. With Angela C. Harden. So whatever the problem is, just bring it to the table. Come on. Why don't you just bring it to the table? Why don't you just bring it? Bring it to the table. With Angela C. Harden. So whatever the problem is, just bring it to the table.